Let's go! Yeah. Let's juice! Previously on Kimba TV. At this point, if you did take a long, you have to be sitting here pulling your fibs, anticipating like a golden pocket or 7.5. So you already should have a plan on if this does pull back into like your entry zone, you need to close out at break even. Do not lose money. Just trust the structure. If the structure breaks, get the fuck out. Don't even try to chase that bitch. This should go and clean the single prints at least before you have a little bit of a golden pocket pullback. So I think on the smaller time frame, if it starts to break, like it's okay to round trip and close at break even.
Bounce, baby. Toda la noche marcando niveles Fibonacci glow. Y esta tensión trae conmigo en este flow. Que todo lo que quiero mostrarte está en el trade show, baby. Tú tienes algo que me atrajo. Esa paciencia, no hay fallo, no fallo. Golden Pockets enlace bounce me atrajo, baby. Voy a buscar them lows que me traigan profits a mi show. Bailando con la vela. Y luego un wixito y una confirmita.
Raptorus is Soul. Okay, but what do you want to? I feel like I've told you guys fucking everything about Soul. Why is it that you guys Soul? Not yet. Not yet. Are you asking me if I'm in a Soul long? Wait. Yeah, ding dong. It hasn't even hit my entry yet. What the fuck are you guys talking about, man? Wait. Yeah, I'm not in anything. Brother, it hasn't tapped our naked point of control. So this is what I would say, Raptorist. This is what I would say, Raptorist. You should be able to tell me if it's risky or not risky, where we are to take a position with, like, do you understand that we're in this bitch right now? Brother, if we lose 98.5, okay, we're gonna go to 91. So there's no reason to rush into it. This is why I'm gonna show up for CME. I'm showing up in this bitch. Are you gonna be here? I'll tell you when to take the so long. How about that? I'll go put pink on your bitch ass, Raptorist. Go, go, go. But tell me what bullish edge you have on Sol. What I would say is tell me what edge you have on Sol. How far back do you have to go to get a hidden bull div? Do you even have a hidden bull div? Do you need to perhaps make a regular bull div? Yeah, but ask me something specific about Sol. I would assume the only thing that you would want to ask me is, are you in on Sol? I'm not in yet because CME isn't open. I would love to fucking get in on this bitch. I'm ready to get in on this bitch. I've been ready to long this for so long. But how long have I been, Raptorus, how long have we been waiting for this box? You're telling me that you can't wait 4 more hours for CME to open? And what I would also say too, Raptorist, is do you have a plan B, a plan C, and a plan D, brother? Like, are you ready? Do you remember when we talked about this? Okay. Some people are going to see this stop loss and be like, oh my God, Kimba, did you get stopped out? No. This stop loss is loose. This stop loss is undefined yet. We put it here because of this level. But this is not in yet. We don't know where the invalidation is on this yet. Remember? So this is where I would like to get in. I don't need to get in necessarily, hoping for this. I can let it do its thing and then start to claim back up, and then I can start to take it. Right? No blind limits. So this is the hidden CVD bull div that I'm talking about. Okay, this has to dip just a little. I mean, it's already good enough. But even more would be more divergent, right? So everybody just take a little Latuche break, okay? And let's just wait for CME. Now, if you feel like you know what you're doing and you're thinking to yourself, dude, there's no fucking way we're gonna miss it. By all means, get it. I know exactly how I would chase my Bitcoin long. I know exactly how I would, because what's at Raptorus? What's my Sol TP? If I get into any Sol long, where would I like to TP home run theoretically? Does it really matter if it's 120, 125, 130, 135, 140? Does it really matter, Raptorist? I don't want to fuck it up, nickel and diming and trying to catch the perfect low. And would it be fair to say that when the bullets start flying, it's gonna really reflect if you're really bullish, if you're really bearish, or if you just have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, or if you don't know what you're really doing. I know people want a long 120, but I don't know if I should wait till 90. I don't know. If you're one of those people, that's gonna come out and that's how you're gonna trade, right? So you're gonna have your organic conviction is gonna come out this whole week. So you might as well just do what you think is right and what you think is best. But for me, I'm gonna just wait a couple more hours. I'm gonna wait for CME open. I know what a bearish gap is, and I know what a bearish reaction to a bearish gap looks like, right? I know what a bullish gap looks like. I mean, we're not going to have a bullish gap. And I know what a bullish reaction to a bearish gap looks like. So let's just go with that. Yeah, right now we're at 99.7. So it's basically still what we were talking about. But the real question for me is, where does CME open? Okay. Based off of that, we're going to know, okay, are we going to do a bearish retest of value area low? Are we going to do a bearish retest of Departamento de Inmigración? Are we going to go ahead and clean Kimba's useless lines one more time? Because, weekend lows tend to get cleaned. Maybe we actually get what we want right here. We get that little da-dank, right? Because then that would also clean this. So where CME opens is going to give us like a directional bias on if there's a bull, if like the long on the lower low is coming, or if there's a bearish retest. Fuck, maybe some miraculous thing. It's back above Departamento de Inmigración, which would be bullish. So you would want to dip the tip and let it. I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to open in here, which is going to be why it's so crucial that we see it live. I'll be back in 3 hours. Are we even gonna? What the fuck? Pays to have good levels, don't it? How big is your long? 88 Bitcoin. No, it's a scalp like we talked about in the morning. So yeah, I have a pretty good entry though, as I would assume you guys do too as well. Yeah, let's just put stop loss and profit. Again, I keep telling you guys, it's just about being patient and waiting for edge. And I can't lose on this. If this completely nukes, I walk away with maybe 25 grand. Yeah, I'm already up like 88K. I'm already up like $1,000 from the entry. So not too bad, huh? Yeah, so let's see, brother. If I can get lucky and 98.4 holds, then that's awesome. I highly doubt the long before CME open is the juice, though. I really doubt that I get to juice and the CME players and the participants don't. So, all right. Yeah, I think we're gonna see like sub 94. 94s, 93s. It's gonna start to get we need to trap bears now, basically. But in terms of like higher time frame planning and what we've been talking about, ladies and gentlemen, for the last couple weeks, I mean, there really shouldn't be surprises. So remember like the super easy play that we talked about, just put blind limits from 98 to 91, stop loss 88, 3x leverage. Stop the music. Wandu, what's going on, big dog? Wandu is asking, I am back. Do I need to rewind? I don't think so. It's up to you. I've only been on for like an hour. Is it the same like before? You tell me. First off, Wandu, crazy, right? Look at naked point of control. Tapped. Wandu. Look at the way the 30-minute candle reacted at 98425, the level that we had. Wandu, what is this? Lower, low, higher, low. But these levels haven't changed this morning. Not too bad, right? What I basically said, Wandu, is first off, dude, I'm a crackhead with Tourette's with a giant bong in front of my face. You're an idiot if you take anything that I say seriously, right? I would anticipate, obviously I can't predict the future, but I think the lower half of 90 seems a little bit more probable. Okay? And so do you remember when we all knew 100K was going to break? But we had two teams, right? One team was really adamant about the 98, the 99 levels holding. The other level thought that it was a little bit too overcrowded and that those people need to get run over first. So the second team was looking for longs in the 91, 92, right? So I think the 91 is now higher probability. Yeah, the reaction at this sort of 98.4. I mean, first off, I don't know what the fuck I'm even talking about because RTH isn't open yet. So to be honest, your guess is just as good as mine. We're going to see a bearish gap. A huge bearish gap. Okay? So I want you to understand that when CME opens, we're going to be right like here. Okay? We're going to have a gap. So I'm going to go with, does it dip the tip, and let it rip? Or does it actually do this, clean, grab, and then start this kind of shit? Okay, Wandu, but for me, CME has to get above 100 and 100.5 to even for me to even think. How about this? There you go. How about that? Easy. Let's just keep it simple. CME has a lot of work to do. So if you can get above 100,000, 880 and starting value above it, we're going to close the whole gap, which is fantastic for bulls. I doubt that's going to happen. So I'm going to be keeping a really close eye on useless Kimba's lines. Remember the 98.5 lines? Dude, and you know what I think about if we lose 98.5. Still 3 out of 4 edge order is less okay? I think so, brother. I think so. Yeah, let's see if the 98.5 has a really good reaction with CME. Let's see what the 100,900 level looks like. And I guess we'll see what the gap play is going to look like between 98,000 and 95. But this is what I would say again, Wandu. If you really just want to make this bitch easy, dude, put limit orders. Not financial advice. Do not put blind limit orders. But if I wanted to dumb this shit down, I would just put limit orders at 98,000, 97,000, 96,000, 95,000, 94,000, 92,000, 93,000, excuse me, 92,000, 91,000, 90,000, stop loss 88. 3x leverage. Fuck it. Because look at how cute everybody's trying to be right now. Oh, I'm going to long 98.4. No, I'm waiting for 96. Oh, I'm going to wait for 94. Oh, I'm going to wait for 92.8. Get the fuck out of here. Nobody knows, dude. So, why 88? I don't know. Do 85 then. I don't know. Do 85. What is your invest? I'm not saying literally those levels. What I'm saying is a lot of people want to long, but because of high leverage, because of stubbornness, but mainly because of high leverage, even though people want to long, like there's going to be people that want to long, but they want to long 96 and they get stopped out at 94 and they fucking miss the 93.8 and they get left behind. You know? So like, don't overcomplicate it and let yourself fuck you over, you know, and like trying to like get the pixel perfect long because you want to go fucking high leverage and really maximize profits. Like, oh my God. Strass says, why we make CBD, man? Because, man, we want edge, man. Christian Guti says 1 hour 30 minutes CME. Negative 30 minutes, I believe. Yeah. Anyways, I mean, there's really no right or wrong. Everybody is going to have an opportunity to, you know, prepare for this shit and, you know, just do your best. You know, don't get so reckless. This is not glorified gambling. So, you know, let's go. Let's go. You ready, Wandu? Anything that you want to talk about, my guy? Anything you want to talk about, Wandu? You know, in 30 minutes, CME is going to open. I think you've been here long enough so you can tell me that this is a bearish gap, right? How should a bearish reaction to a bearish gap look like? What does a bullish reaction to a bearish gap look like? So trust what you see, take a look at the volume, and ultimately S&P confluence. And if it's a little bit too risky or you feel like you don't have enough experience playing ETH CME gap, then just wait until Monday, my guy. I'm going to be here hella early tomorrow morning too. You dig in this, Wandu? I was here Saturday morning. I was here Saturday night. I was here Sunday morning. I was here Sunday night right now. And then I'm going to be here hella early tomorrow. And we'll have 2-3 hours because honestly, there's value in seeing what it did overnight. Right? So I don't know how many times I have to say this. I'll never get tired of saying it. There's always another trade. Don't try to take a trade right now or try to play the CME thing because a lot of the veteran lions are. You know, there's nothing wrong with waiting until RTH. That's the easiest trade. There's clearly a little bit of a higher risk profile trading right now. Do you see that 100,880? Do you know how we came about that? That's the gap. So once you get above that, the bulls start to have a little bit of hope, right? To be able to at least close the gap. Crazy gap. All right. But until we start building value and time spent above the get above or get fucked level, I'm not going to get, you know, too bullish. Stop loss already in profit. Were you here in the morning and were you here earlier today when we got the pink? So we waited for the naked point of control. Obviously, I've had the 98,425 level for quite some time. I told everybody the entry and how big right when we got it. So you can always rewind and get caught up. I think everybody that was here for the morning stream, we took that. So CVD bull div. Obviously, the only thing we didn't get was the open interest, you know, but very nice CVD bull div. Obviously, as you guys can see, regular level, and we got the naked point of control. So pretty simple stuff. I still do think that we do have a chance for lower until we, you know, claim the get above or get fucked, and we go through immigrations and customs. All right. How to know when you entry? You're watching the stream, Kenaizi. Yeah. So exclamation Discord. Make sure you're paying attention to the stream alerts Discord channel. Go to follow. Make sure you're following the Twitter. So I announce every time that the stream is starting. All you got to do is be here. Yeah. You just got to watch. That's it. Isn't that crazy? I don't know how long you've been watching and been here, but this kind of thing started. I said, man, I would really love it if the 108 short worked all the way to 98. Where do we go? The low on that wick was 98,120. I don't know if it gets any more clear than that. Yeah, so what do you think about the 108.98 plan that we talked about when we got that thing? What do you think about this? I don't know if you got to hear all of that. It doesn't really matter. It's near here nor there. No pun intended. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions, anything you want to talk about. I'm going to be here for another 90 minutes or so. So we'll be able to see if this is going to break. If this is going to break, we've got this. Lettuce. We're going to be watching this and gap fill on S&P. Yeah, it's going to be dope. And then this is just like how we did for CME ETH. This is how CME RTH closed. So, you know, right now we are at 100,000, right around the get above. So right here. So ETH is right here right now. So even if this goes all the way up, you're still going to have a gap. So it's really like gap fill or not at all. But we are right here, ETH wise. All right, so you can really see the imbalances you're gonna need to avoid. You're gonna start to have some funky things. So right now we're right here. I mean, there's really only three scenarios that I'm thinking, ladies and gentlemen. RTH opens inside this box. RTH opens above this box, or even better, above the get above or get fucked level. Or RTH opens below this box. Do you guys have a rough plan for both or all three? Yeah, because SFP of the overnight low, 98.5, hilarious, easy long. Bullish retest of the get above or get fucked. That's another easy one. Maybe bearish retest of 102.5 if the data looks right. That could be something to think about, but not enough data for that. Yeah. Well, we'll know with more 30-minute candle closes. V001 says, what if we open above 103? Oh, that's mega bullish. Yeah. But that will only get you so far. Like, how would you play that if you wanted to long it? How would you chase that long? So start maybe thinking about things like that. I don't have to really worry about that. Closes below the box on 618. If it looks right. No, for that I would get S&P Confluence, maybe AO gains. First things first, let's see if we can get above the get above or get fucked. Any questions, RPM? Crypto Craze, 19 Turbo, Julian, you good? Latish, you good? Alec, you good? We are coming up in 11 minutes. We're going to have an hour of CME market open. So, ladies and gentlemen, we already prepared. We know, if above this level, I'll for sure start to get bullish. Below, I feel like it's just still a continuation, right? We got levels to the upside. We got levels to the downside. Ladies and gentlemen, it's only been 40 fucking minutes since CME opened. There's no generational long or short that you missed. All right, let's lock the fuck in. I got about maybe an hour and change, and then I got to get going. No long yet. Nice. But that's not what I care about. What I care about is, do you have a plan just in case it starts to really rip? Or are you going to sit there and just be like, oh my God, I missed it? Do you have a plan? So I don't know about you, but the initial sort of the chunk of the move was the 108 to 98. So, you guys all know, like, we've been talking about 98, 99 for quite some time, right? That chunk. And we've been talking about, there's two teams. There's the teams that are going to think that 98 and 98, 99 will hold, and everybody that wants lower is going to miss out on it, right? So we've acknowledged that team. We know that there's the 98, 99 is going to hold. We've had this fucking box for quite some time. So don't let all that preparation and conversations we've had about the 98, 99 zone waste for no reason just because you're going to be stubborn and do your own thing. CME boys could say, hey, get nasty Bugatti. Yeah, so you gotta have a plan. And as long as you have a plan, never feel like you got left behind, because you should know like what kind of retracements you might look for or what kind of levels where you would look for SR flips. 21 Slip says, when is RTH open? 9:30 New York time. And when do you start streaming? Tomorrow I'll probably be here around 8:30 New York time. So an hour before US markets open, I'll try to be here. Yeah. But what I want you to do, if you don't know yet, or if you haven't had the time to yet, is really go to Google or YouTube and type in RTH gap or CME gap plays and start to understand basic, like, by the book concepts. Alrighty. Yeah, so the easiest long that you could take tomorrow, 21, would be we kind of crab around, okay? And then RTH cleans this low. Okay, so that's a pretty easy long. Okay, because your invalidation is also like right there. Because if you start spending time in the gap, that's even more bearish. That's the shit we were talking about. If you lose like 98.5, we're gonna nuke towards like 92 minimum, 93 point something, whatever the fib is, fib extension is. You know, you might, like, if we're really overextended and we've really closed the gap, you might get one more opportunity to get something like that. Okay? It might be more of a crab, clean this. Like, if this can't really spend time, you might clean that when RTH opens to continue lower. So I'll try to be here as early as possible, but I would definitely try to nerd out 21 on basic concepts. Like, so this is a bearish gap. What this means, brother, is that the price was so bearish, derivatives and other products, they didn't even want to wait for CME to open. Okay, so this by definition is a gap. So there's two ways that a bearish gap can be respected. It's either going to react bearishly, meaning it's going to respect the gap and continue, or it's going to start to form things that might indicate we're going to close the whole gap. One of those things will be to start building value in the gap, which is why we have this. Okay, so building value and spending time would ultimately indicate that we're going to close the whole gap. All right, so just try to stay alive. Don't do anything goofy, you know. Remember, the markets exist to punish people that don't deserve the capital that they have. Don't be that guy. You know, the best thing that you could do is identify things like, okay, well, we have time. We have clearly, that's an interesting level. Swing high, swing low, or excuse me, swing high, swing low, right? So we do this, we do that. We understand that. Not only do we have 7.5, but we have golden pocket. It might have pixel fucked. You never know. You're going to do this wherever the high is, or if you think it's going to go all the way to the blue box, it doesn't really matter, but you're going to start to see a lot of confluence.
hot dog!
That would be pretty interesting. That would be pretty interesting. So you've got like a, you know, the low is in theory, which means that that's going to hold. You've got the RTH low isn't in. So you've got the theory of cleaning this when markets open. You've got the theory of, dude, this is just, it's so bearish. It's not going to be able to get above this. It's going to just dip the tip and we're going to continue to make lower lows. So how do you want to position yourself? And if you kind of think about it, you could take a long here. Put your stop loss at break even. So even if it does this and then it comes back this during RTH, you're protected. You could just wait. Lots of different options kind of depending on how you're positioned already. And like I said, if you're really bullish, the easiest thing would be to just put, you know, limits all the way from 98 to 91. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't try to catch the knife. Do you want to tell me if you're already in a long or you're going to wait for RTH? Shout out Mandalo. Oh, Mandalo, I already know it's all good. Shout out Mandalo. Let's go. Triple J, you're good? Nana says you longed ETH 2135. Okay, gotcha. Hey, you can't lose, right? But bro, oh my goodness. Can you imagine me? Quit playing with me. Don't get got. So this is ETH, right? So far, so good. But just in case, okay? Just in case, don't forget about this. Okay? I'm juicing. Okay? Don't forget about that, Big Pimpin'. Oh my God. I'm gonna fuck around and do a James Wynn type of shit and do like a $40 million ETH long on God. Take a look at this box on the like 30 minutes. It's pretty clowning. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing with Biddy, but like, you guys know what that is, right? But that's if you're down to long and you think that the local low is in, type of shit. Anything you guys want to talk about? There's 5 more minutes left on the 30-minute candle close. I love you guys. Happy Sunday. Let's get this juice. You guys excited for the week? Longers, shorters, bulls, bears, we're all lions. Rooting for each and every one of you guys. I will see you bright and early tomorrow. Stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your night if it's still Sunday. Shout outs to people that's already Monday. I'll be here bright and early, so let's get after it, man. I'm excited. I'm really fucking excited. It kind of feels like Christmas tomorrow, doesn't it? Hey, does 98.5 hold? Are we going to go to 91? Are we going to get some of these altcoin longs? Yes to everything. Have a great night. I'll see you guys tomorrow, all right? Can I get a kachoya?